people are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Angel Reese claimed she was the reason people watch women's basketball, but the turnout told a different story. When the Chicago Sky played at LSU, only 6,300 fans showed up in a 13,000-seat arena, less than half full, despite $15 tickets. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's preseason games sold out in minutes. Photos from Reese's games show rows of empty seats, contradicting her bold claim about drawing attention. While she promised to bring eyes to the game, the numbers suggest otherwise for now.
So I think it's time to finally, end the argument. End the argument that there is any sort of other needle mover that is even remotely close to Caitlin Clark in the WNBA.
After months of bold statements and viral moments, the expectations were sky high. But when the arena barely filled halfway, despite affordable tickets and a homecoming setting, the disconnect between hype and turnout became impossible to ignore. It's not just about one game, it's about proving long-term star power. And while Angel's confidence is undeniable, this moment reminds everyone that drawing headlines isn't the same as filling seats. The spotlight's bright, but so is the scrutiny.
They didn't open the upper bowl. They did not open the upper bowl, and the lower bowl was half empty.
The lower bowl was half empty, and the photos from Angel Reese's highly anticipated homecoming game at LSU are now all over social media. This was supposed to be a triumphant return, the Chicago Sky rookie coming back to the very place where she won a championship, became a star, and captured the hearts of fans. Expectations were high for a packed arena and a hero's welcome. Instead, the turnout told a different story, one that likely stings more than anyone expected, especially Angel herself.
The Chicago Sky go into LSU, the home court of Angel Reese. Man, it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit.
But when game day finally arrived, something unexpected happened. LSU's 13,000-seat arena wasn't even half full. Only 6,300 fans showed up to watch Angel Reese play, leaving more than 6,700 empty seats staring back at the cameras. That's more empty seats than filled ones. The images from inside the arena are hard to ignore, entire sections completely vacant. The upper bowl wasn't even opened because there weren't enough fans to justify it. For what was meant to be a homecoming celebration, the turnout was surprisingly underwhelming.
In case you were wondering, I did do the math. How many seats were actually left last night? Over 6,800. In a 13,000 capacity arena, there was over 6,800 seats still available. And some people were saying, by the way, that literally there were some $15 tickets out there.
What makes this situation even more surprising is that tickets were priced as low as $15, about the cost of a fast food meal. For the price of a burger, fries, and a drink, fans could have watched a rising WNBA star who consistently promotes her impact on women's basketball. And yet, the crowd didn't show. They needed 6,667 fans just to hit 50% capacity, but still fell short by about 300. For someone who talks big about changing the game, that kind of turnout is undeniably disappointing.
It was at under 50% capacity. And obviously, look, the area of the crowd where the TV cameras are being shown was full. But it was under 50% capacity. There's no one in the upper bowl, and it's half empty the other one, which is not ideal.
Did you notice how the broadcast kept using super tight camera angles? That wasn't by accident. They were clearly trying to hide all the empty seats in the arena. But social media told the real story. Fans posted wide shots showing just how empty it really was. When thousands of seats are vacant, no amount of camera trickery can cover it up.
Nobody showed up to this sucker. Nobody. Let me just blow this. Look at that. I noticed it right off the bat. Look, number one, look at all the purple seats down here in this lower bowl section. And then the entire top bowl, forget about it. Forget about it.
Now, you might be thinking, this doesn't seem like a big deal, but here's where it gets really interesting. Angel has been talking nonstop about how she brings fans to women's basketball. She's been going on and on about how she's growing the game and bringing in new viewers, but these empty seats tell a completely different story than what she's been claiming. The pictures don't lie. They show exactly how many people actually care enough to show up.
There wasn't anybody there. This was it wasn't even half full.
The real attendance at Angel Reese's homecoming game makes one thing clear. She's not yet the draw she claims to be. Just 6,300 fans showed up in a 13,000-seat arena, a sharp contrast to the hype. The energy was nowhere near what fans saw during her LSU days. Less excitement, fewer people, and a noticeably subdued atmosphere. Even with the broadcast team doing their best to mask it, the quiet crowd and empty seats told the full story.
Right here, this was last night's attendance. 6,373 fans showed up to watch Angel Reese and Haley Van Lith. And by the way, she did get a very good pop.
And remember, this wasn't just any game for Angel. This was her homecoming. This was her return to the place where she won a championship, where she became famous, where her fan base should be the strongest. If Angel Reese can't fill seats there at LSU in her own college arena, where exactly can she fill seats if the people who watched her win a championship don't even care enough to show up when she comes back? What does that say about her actual star power? The evidence is right in front of us. The photos, the videos, the empty seats, they all tell the same story. Angel Reese is not the draw she claims to be, and her homecoming game proves it in the most painful, obvious way possible.
Look at all those empty seats, folks. That is crazy as hell. I mean, empty, all that. Never mind all this. They could have put black tarps over it. Look at that. Look at that. Look, the WNBA still got problems. They got problems over and beyond one player. I don't know what they do about it.
While Angel Reese was playing to all those empty seats at LSU, something completely different was happening with the other rookie everyone's talking about. I'm talking about Caitlin Clark. You won't believe the difference in how fans are responding to these two players. It's like night and day.
I'm making this video because at the end of the day, we're still seeing like all of this like stuff online about, oh, you know, there's so many needle movers. Like Caitlin Clark is not the needle.
Caitlin Clark's preseason game with the Indiana Fever didn't just have a decent crowd, it didn't just have a good turnout. That game sold out completely. We're talking every single seat filled with fans who were dying to see her play. The arena was packed from top to bottom, with people excited to watch Caitlin Clark do her thing on the court. Not a single empty seat in sight. Can you see the crazy contrast between these two rookies? It's so obvious. It's almost painful. One rookie can't even fill half an arena in her college hometown where she won a championship just a year ago. The other rookie is selling out venues. Wherever she goes, people literally can't get enough of Caitlin Clark. They're fighting for tickets to see her play.
We can finally stop. I think we can finally stop the arguments. We can stop the whole there's more than one needle mover as far as attendance goes as an individual. I do think there are teams that people show up to watch. Like, I think the Aces do a pretty decent job. I think the Liberty, in fairness to them, do a pretty decent job. But when we're talking about individuals, there's only one that people are going to go out and watch. And it's not Haley Van Lith, and it's most definitely not Angel Reese.
And here's where it gets even crazier. When tickets went on sale for Clark's preseason game at Carver Hawkeye Arena, they didn't sell out in days, they didn't even sell out in hours. Those tickets were completely gone in just 27 minutes. That's less than half an hour for every single ticket to be purchased. People were rushing to buy those tickets like their lives depended on it.
Not even 50% sold out is crazy. Carver Hawkeye sold out 15,000 in 27 minutes.
You know what people are doing to see Caitlin Clark play? They're paying hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars on the secondary market just to see her in preseason games. Think about that. For a second preseason games, don't even count. These aren't playoff games. These aren't championship games. These are basically practice games. And people are throwing down serious cash just to be in the building while she plays now. Compare that to Angel's situation. Her game had tickets going for as low as $15, and even at that price, people weren't buying them. That's cheaper than a movie ticket in most places these days. For less than the cost of seeing the latest Marvel movie, you could have watched a WNBA preseason game featuring the national champion Angel Reese, and people still said no thanks.
I mean, when they would sell out, it was because the Indiana Fever came to town.
The Indiana Fever has even started scheduling games in bigger arenas now. Why? Because the demand to see Caitlin Clark play is so huge that their regular venue just can't handle all the people who want to come watch. They literally had to find bigger buildings because so many people want to see her play basketball. That's the definition of a true star.
The needle is Caitlin Clark, and you can add realistically whatever you want. You can add Hailey Van Lith, who's a huge name. Like, say what you want about Hailey Van Lith, she is an absolutely massive name as far as the WNBA is concerned. So you can add her to the Chicago Sky, and her going back to LSU, albeit like Hailey Van Lith played 1 year at LSU and she was terrible. And it's going to be empty. It is going to be literally empty.
This massive difference in fan interest raises a serious question that we need to ask: who's really bringing new viewers to women's basketball? The numbers don't lie, the ticket sales don't lie, the packed arenas don't lie. The attendance comparison proves without a doubt that Caitlin Clark is the only true needle mover in women's basketball right now. She's selling out arenas in minutes, while Angel Reese can't even fill half a gym with discount tickets. Those are just the facts.
Continue to say, look, Angel has got a career as a content creator, as an influencer, Instaface.
And before you start thinking this is just about college loyalty, let me stop you right there. Caitlin Clark is selling out WNBA venues she's never played in before. These aren't just Iowa fans following her around. These are basketball fans from all over who want to see her play. Meanwhile, Angel couldn't even pack her championship home court, where she should have the most support. The numbers tell the story, though. Ticket sales tell the story. The packed arenas versus empty seats tell the story. One rookie is changing the game and bringing in more fans than ever before. The other is finding out that social media followers don't automatically translate to actual fans in seats. And that's the reality of the situation, whether Angel wants to admit it or not.
People watch for Me Too argument is age bad, and that's an argument that I'm like, okay, yeah, it makes not entirely false, but like, there are levels.
Remember when Angel Reese went online and made that big statement about why people watch women's basketball? It was all over social media last season. Angel didn't just suggest she was important to the game. She flat out told everyone that she was a major reason why people are watching women's basketball now. Angel confidently said to everyone, "The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too." Those are her exact words, not someone else's interpretation, not something taken out of context. That's what Angel Reese actually said word for word. She was basically saying she's just as important to viewership as anyone else in the game.
Angel Reese fans are not basketball fans, and they are proving it. They proved it last night without a shadow of a doubt.
But now we've got the hard numbers right in front of us, and they're telling a completely different story than what Angel's been saying. Those attendance figures from her LSU homecoming game don't back up her claims at all. The numbers aren't even close to supporting what she's been saying about her impact on the sport.
Angel decided to come out, and she said, I'm going to play the victim. Or, well, the victim, yeah, and the villain. People are watching for me too. No, they're not.
Think about it for a second. If Angel is such a big draw, like she claims, why couldn't she even get enough fans to fill half of her home arena during her big return? This wasn't just any game. This was her homecoming. This was her return to the place where she should have the most fans, the most support, the most people excited to see her play, and still half the arena sat empty.
Interesting. So everybody is watching for Angel 2. This arena has a capacity of 13,215 fans. In case you're wondering, in order to get that place half full, you need 6,607 fans to show up.
You know what's really weird about this whole situation? Angel has millions of followers on social media, millions of people who supposedly care about what she's doing, what she's saying, what she's wearing, but where were they when it was time to actually show up and watch her play basketball? They were nowhere to be found. It's like they only care about her Instagram posts, not her actual basketball games.
So the narrative about people are watching for Me Too, people are showing up for Me Too, that narrative is, that's don't let anybody try to blow smoke up your ass.
Numbers don't match the narrative at all. Only 6,300 fans showed up to watch Angel Reese's big homecoming game. That's about what you'd expect for a regular season college game, not a professional homecoming for someone who claims to be driving viewership across the entire sport. If Angel is really bringing all these new fans to women's basketball, like she says, where were they when she came back to LSU? This disconnect between what Angel says and what the attendance shows raises serious questions about whether she's more of a social media personality than a basketball draw. Is she famous for playing basketball, or is she famous for being famous? Because the evidence is starting to suggest it's more the latter. Than the former, people seem more interested in her social media drama than her actual basketball skills.
People are furious about that, and they only moved the Fever games today. But I have to say, like, this is to be expected.
Angel Reese's previous statement about bringing eyes to the game has been completely destroyed by these attendance numbers. The empty seats speak louder than any Instagram post ever. You can say whatever you want on social media, but real-world attendance doesn't lie. And in Angel's case, the attendance is telling a very different story than the one she's been telling.
It was empty. There were 6,000 people there, and the arena holds 14,000. Like, it got less viewers than most LSU home games. Like, less people watched that than most LSU home games. And it was the homecoming game of arguably the best player for the Chicago Sky.
It's starting to look like Angel Reese is just a social media influencer wearing a basketball uniform, not the game-changing star she claims to be. She's got the followers, she's got the brand deals, she's got the online presence, but what she doesn't have apparently is the ability to get people to actually show up and watch her play basketball.
It genuinely does seem like a lot of the Angel fans are fans of Angel as a celebrity rather than, like, they're not even watching the games. Whatever about putting their money where their mouth is and going to the games, they're not even watching the games. Fans are traveling from all over the world to watch the Fever, and it just sums it all up. It does just sum it all up. Like, there should be no comparison in impact with anyone not named Caitlin Clark, because we saw in Notre Dame that Arike going back and Paige playing, and it was, I think, the second least attended Notre Dame game in Notre Dame for women's basketball all year. So the Notre Dame team obviously gets more people.
The truth is coming out now. All those claims about bringing new viewers to the sport are looking pretty hollow when she can't even fill half an arena in her college hometown. The reality of those empty seats at LSU is hitting Angel Reese's claims harder than any block or rebound she's ever made on the court, and that's something no amount of social media posts can fix.
I expected them to not sell out, but half, honestly, I thought, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I thought they'd put 9 or 10,000 in. I didn't think they'd sell out, but I thought they'd put 9 or 10,000. This underperformed my already under targeted evaluation of the situation. It's nuts.